Well, welcome back, my friends all, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a possum or an opossum rendition, if you will. Now, this is the possum. It was made by Elmer III. If you'll remember last week, we did another of Elmer's designs, the Stanger. Now, Elmer is a maker. He's a custom maker, and I absolutely love his work. I've had 4, if not 5, of his actual builds on the channel. A couple things that he always does. He always makes his handle comfortable and his blade sharp. And really, truly, honestly, that's what I look for, not only as a knife reviewer, but as somebody that might be looking at somebody to make a custom knife. I want that. I want a sharp knife that's comfortable in hand. You can do a lot with that, right? And they're plain. They're clean designs. That's what I like. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to jump right into this. And for those of you who are new, I stab that carpet padding. It's not to see if it'll penetrate. It's a weird substance to stab. It's to see if it'll get hung up at all, and it doesn't. So you can go in, out, and clean. Also, pay attention as we're stabbing the tire. Each time it went in, it stuck, right? Didn't have to do a lot of force. And I want you to notice that I'm leaning over the car. I like to do a lot of these different demonstrations kind of out of position. Now, let's get into some stats. It's 1095 steel. We've got G10 handle scales. It's a modified clip point. Your blade stock is 1/8. Overall length 6.5 inches. The blade length's 2.5 inches. The cutting edge is 2 3/8. The blade width is 15/16. The handle length is 3 7/8. The inner grip is anywhere from 3.5 to 3 7/8. Because of the small pommel on the bottom, or pommel on the bottom, you can adjust your finger if you need to drop one off, which is nice. The handle thickness is 5/8. The handle width, now this is neat because it's tapered. It goes from 7/16 to 7/8. And it allows you to get a great grip. Here's the thing, I love this handle style. It's given me an idea that I might get with Elmer on a knife next year. I got it working in my head. I got a design I'm kind of working on. And when I do that, you say, Scab, you're never going to design a knife. You say it all the time. Well, I'm not. I'm thinking of a knife designed for me to use. If you notice, I'll do some collaborations and things like that. And basically, I don't like designing, but I like ideas. I like giving a maker an idea and going from there. And I got a good one based on this handle design. So hopefully we'll be able to do that next year. Here we're cutting some reinforced sandblast hose. Here's the thing, guys, with a knife like this, this is a true EDC. This is one I love because of the handle. The blade shape you can do so much with. It is a modified clip point, but this to me is like a true pocket fixed blade EDC that I could use anywhere, at camp, at the house, at work, for doing a lot of different things. Now, we cut a lot of things for a couple of reasons. One is to see the sharpness, certainly. 2 is we do the reinforced stuff to see if it'll mess with the edge to kind of check the heat treat. But 3 is to use some different grips and see how we can manipulate the knife and see what we can get it to do. 1095 steel is super easy to resharpen. I'm glad he used that on a pocket EDC. I think that's smart because I think a knife like this, you're going to use a ton, right? So you don't want to have to worry about a knife that's tough to resharpen. You want something you can resharpen pretty quickly. This you can for sure. Now here, I've just picked up, I don't even know what kind of wood that is. It's been in the trunk forever. But I wanted to do a couple different things. A chest lever pull, regular just kind of shavings. And then we're going to try to do a little drill in a hole, the J.C. Owens tip test, but kind of modified. We're going to kind of burrow into it. Just different ways to hold the knife. And what I've found with this handle is, the handle is conducive to any kind of grip you use. It really is. I look for that in a pocket EDC. pocket EDCs to me are knives that you're going to have to manipulate some, right? If it's going to fit in your pocket, it's not going to be as long as a belt knife. It's going to be more of a pocket knifey style. And right here, here's where we're bow drilling. As long as the handle is easy to manipulate, I don't mind it being smaller. This is easy to manipulate. This is what I look for. The Stanger, that's the one we did last week, right? If you remember, it was more of a Kiradashi style. This is a modified clip point. It almost gives you kind of a small Bowie feel, right? And it's easy to work. That's what I like, something ease of use. You could open boxes with this. You can strip wire with this. You can cut tape with this. You can pop tacks out. I mean, there's the things you can do with this knife are limitless. The size makes it easy. And there you see there's no tip damage. You see how we've got that slight curvature there, but you see there how the knife's tapered. It is a full tang. And it's got a large hole in the pommel. I like that he put it there. You can put a lanyard on it if you wanted to and carry it that way. It's just kind of a plain Kydex taco style, but that's all you need. Here's that thicker ratchet strap. Again, no problem cutting it. Did very, very well. Now this part I left in. It took me a second to figure out. I wanted to cut that little taper off, right? Now, the tire tread already had a cut in it. It is reinforced tire tread. So I tried a couple different ways. I wanted to leave that in because I wanted to show you the different ways I tried. I leave everything in. I think you get a better look that way. I really do. I don't want everything to look smooth. I don't want everything to look perfect. I want you to see, if I have to work for something or figure something out, I want you to see it. I want you to see the whole thought process. Also, with knives like this, guys, I get so many knives in, I don't get a ton of time with each knife. You see guys that do long form reviews, or they'll carry a certain knife only for 2 weeks. I don't have that luxury, right? So when I get my hands on a knife, I'm going to show you every which way that I played with it. I think it helps you. I think it helps me. Now listen, here's what I'm going to do. I am putting Elmer and Miss Tammy's website in the description. I'm going to go back and do that on the Stinger. But if you want to contact them, they try to respond, and YouTube's been screwing with me big time, guys. If it's not, you know, turning off my notifications, it's hiding comments you guys make. And just so you know, I don't hide any comments. I don't delete comments. I mean, unless it's just vile and garbage and then it's gone. But even negative, even if somebody don't like something with a knife, I do not delete those comments. I know someone had commented last week, and Miss Tammy tried a couple times. So to make life easier, I'm just going to put their website. And listen, hit them up. Check them out. I think this is the 5th knife. I know I've done 2 Shroominators that Elmer made. And the thing again, I'll reiterate because I am somewhat redundant. He makes his handles comfortable, right? And he makes his knives sharp. That's all I care about. Now, other people like fit, finish, all that. He does a good job with that, but he leaves the imperfections in, the hammer marks in, and it looks badass. So he gives you a rough, rustic quality to the knife, but he makes stuff that is super, super functional. Now, all the tag says is Possum. You'll have to deal with them on the pricing. I tried to give you a good look. See the hammer marks in the back that he added? Man, that's just dope, that rough edge. Would I carry it? I'd carry it all day and twice on Sunday. Again, their info will be in the description. I got to get to this part, guys. There was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything above 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. That's all that means. We're not a charity. We don't try to be. Guys, I back the blue. It catches a lot of flack. I understand it. This day and age, it's not popular. I'm not here to be popular, right? It's something I believe in. I don't shove it down your throat. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, guys, I love it. This is the Possum made by Elmer Roush III. Check out Elmer and Miss Tammy's site. I love y'all. I'm Scab. You're not. And I'm gone, son. Man, I hope y'all have a great week.